Good evening. Premier Doug Ford was lashing out today over yesterday's protest uproar in the Ontario legislature. Ford appeared to be threatening to retaliate against the groups involved in the protest and called for a prominent Ontario union leader who was there to be fired from his job.
It was an angry response from the Premier, and Al Sweeney joins us live in studio with the details. Good evening, Al.
Taz, the Premier fought back today with accusations against the demonstrators who carried out the protest inside the legislature chamber. And he made direct attacks on Ontario CUPE President Fred Hahn. Less than a day after protesters shouted down the legislature to fight the government's Bill 60 rental law, Ford was firing back.
The shenanigans that happened yesterday, throwing stuff from the rafters, is absolutely disgusting. It's disgusting behavior.
Ford was speaking directly to NDP leader Marit Stiles.
I fight every single day for every single person. I don't care about their creed, color, or race. Unlike you, inviting Fred Hahn, the anti-Semitic racist, in here.
Hahn is president of CUPE Ontario. Last year, he apologized over an expression of support for Palestinians in Gaza that some felt went too far. Along with Hahn, Ford went after demonstrators, including ACORN, the Association of Community Organizations for Reform Now, accusing them of being paid professional protesters. He was particularly upset over someone throwing something from the gallery, apparently a piece of crumpled paper.
Isn't that unbelievable? These people get invited into the gallery, and they start throwing stuff, hit one of my ministers in the head.
Ford also raised the threat of government audits of the protest groups and possibly others.
And you know what else we're going to audit, Madam Speaker? All these great organizations that funnel money to ACORN, like CUPE and all the rest of them.
I don't think exercising our right to free speech would ever be wrong.
Hamilton ACORN member Amanda Dick says the protesters weren't paid to be there. They were peaceful, if loud. They're not worried about the audit threat. And the Premier was wrong to tell one of them to get a job.
The comment he made to one of our members about getting a job, that should never be something that a Premier says to a voter when they're exercising their right to free speech. It's just not behavior that's befitting the Premier of Ontario.
Ontario CUPE President Fred Hahn says Ford's call for him to be fired is an attempt to distract from another Bill 60 provision impacting water systems.
It's been a couple of years since the Premier sunk to schoolyard bully level and started calling me names in the legislature. Look, must have touched a nerve. This is not, yesterday was not about Fred versus Ford or Ford versus Fred. It was about the future of our municipal water systems and public water in our province.
He's getting emotional.
While NDP leader Marit Stiles says the Premier is losing it with his audit threat.
I don't know what he's talking about, first of all. Like, he talked about going after charities and auditing charities. Like, I don't know who he's talking about. Is he going to go after like the food banks? To me, what I saw today was the Premier getting a little unhinged. Okay, he's a little unhinged.
And the people attacked by Doug Ford today are saying the same thing. Ford is starting to look like Donald Trump, trying to silence his critics. NDP leader Marit Stiles says people shouldn't have to face this kind of attack just for criticizing government policies. Taz, Matt, back to you.
All right.